everybody, welcome back to another video. Today, if you haven't guessed already, we will be replacing the cabin air filter on a old gen 9.3, which should be the same for a newer generation 900. So basically with this job here, the air filter lives down kind of in this area, so it looks kind of involved to get to it, but it's actually not too bad. I've done it before and it's pretty simple. The first thing we want to do is just get a screwdriver and pry off both caps here for the wiper arms. And you might want to use a piece of tape to kind of mark, where exactly they sit. Underneath these two caps are two 13mm nuts, and then you just kind of have to pull the wiper arm off and hope it's not too badly seized. So let me go ahead and do that, and we'll pick it up later. So with both caps and nuts removed, you just have to pry these out, and got a little bit of a tug. Just kind of wiggle it around a little bit and they will pop right off. And you can see there are teeth on that spindle, and then they just come right out. Just mark which one's the passenger side and which one is the driver's side. Okay, so with that down, the next thing you want to do is go ahead and remove this rubber hose, and we'll do that. Let me see here. We'll just leave it like this for now because the cabin air filter is on the other side, so we should be able to pivot that. The next thing we want to do is just gently lift up on this weather stripping right here, and we'll just pull this out. I'm just going to let it lay right there, and then this cover should be mainly loose. You'll just have these metal clips right here, and then it's secured at the front kind of with this weather strip. So we'll go around to the other side and we'll get this removed. Okay, so if we lift up on it there, you can see it's pretty loose. So then if you pull forward and release it from this upper weather strip, you should be able to kind of pry it a little bit and get it to go up. So let me set the camera down, but basically, oh, well, maybe not. Okay, so with that little flex in it like that, you can pull this side out. All right, and then we'll just kind of move this out of the way. I might get something to kind of strap that up, but we'll just leave it like that for right now. All right, I actually just pulled that other side out, and then here it sits. So there you have it. Okay, now you have this piece right here, and you'll notice all the debris. So one reason that it's good to change the cabin air filter, for one, is just to kind of get some of this junk out of here. So this tray right here kind of directs rainwater out of the way and then diverts it down the side there. So you should be able to just kind of pick this up. There we go. Okay, and just lift that out of the way. Which again would be easier if this wasn't here. If we push it over a little bit, you can remove this spout right here. Okay, and then that lifts out of the way. Alright, so I'm going to put this on the ground. We'll clean that up. But here's the main thing. I mean, I don't know how long it's been since this has been replaced, but look at all this stuff up in here. So definitely a good idea to get this out. After all, if these drains clog, it's going to kind of come through the cabin. You can see it'll go through right here. So there's our cabin air filter. Now this is carbon, so it was probably dark to begin with, but still, look at all this stuff in here. I mean, wow, that's a lot. This is bad. These do have a tendency to do this for some reason. So, wow. All right, I'm gonna go get some stuff to clean this out, and yeah, basically just kind of probably pick up the loose stuff and give it a vacuum. Alright, I'm back. I don't know why we have bees here in December, but we do, so that was really strange. Anyway, so I vacuumed everything out here, and that's for two reasons. One, it just shouldn't be there, but really it hinders drainage. There's a drain here, there's a drain on the other side, and then there's actually the center drain. So what you'll want to do is, if you look down inside this, there's a bunch of, if we can get the camera to focus, that'll be full of debris there on the side. It's only open to the side, so you'll want to get the vacuum in there, then get all that cleaned out. But anyway, so with that done and everything out of the way, the second reason really you want to get that clean is so that Alright, I can't remember exactly where I was there. I had to take a phone call, but I think what I was saying was, clean out the drains here while you're at it, and it's good to vacuum this out so that you don't drop a bunch of debris down into the fresh air intake here when you go to change this filter. So you can see this will pry up on this side, and you should have the same thing on the other side there, and then this filter should come up, and then you can just pull that to the side right there, and it might not be a bad idea to go ahead and vacuum around back, and also down in, just make sure everything's all nice and clean there. By the way, of course, here is your blower wheel. Might not be a bad idea to give that a spin. Make sure it's, you know, feels tight. You can actually give that a little bit of a brush off if you wanted to. And this should be your blower motor resistor right down there, just for future reference. I could be wrong on that, but I think that, I do believe that is it. So, and then that's your blend door there and everything. So, just kind of a little, you know, diagram of this stuff. All right, let me get this vacuumed up, and we'll get the new one, and we'll slide it in. And again, everything is all cleaned up there, and we have the new filter here. Now pay attention to the label here. It says airflow. Basically, the filter or the arrow will face towards the car, and you'll notice the mesh on the back. It doesn't matter whether it's a filter for your central air or on a vehicle. It doesn't matter what it is. The supported side will always be the back side of it. So anyway, this kind of slides in, and kind of get this all lined up here. Probably easier said than done. You know, it never works out on camera. All right, so that's kind of in the slot there, as you can see. So we'll go ahead and we'll clip that side in, and then we'll get this side situated. Oh, this is going to be terrible on camera. I can't holding everything steady at all, so I'm trying to clip this in. All right, I see what it is. The clip went down on the inside. So okay, there we go. So there it is. You'll hear all that, you know, you'll hear that series of clicks, and then you'll know that everything is in place. I like actually that kind of clips in, because that way you know it's not going anywhere, it's not coming out, well, at least until the clips break. So, all right, so that's out of the way right there. We'll grab this piece right here, this kind of gutter, which is fairly clean. So we'll go ahead and put this in. So this side should slide over here first. So I'll kind of push that over there. And then we'll line up this kind of spout with this hole right here. Okay. And then it's going to kind of line up right here. And you'll see it'll kind of line up right around this post here for the wiper, and it'll kind of line up there. Anyway, so that's in place. And then the next thing we'll do is we'll take the cowl here, and we'll kind of slide this up into place. Go over here. So again, for a point of reference, we need this post for the wiper to come up through that hole. So we kind of push this over and work it in, and you can see over here we have the rubber piece going up here. So if we kind of work this around, this should end up coming down here. Okay. There it is. Okay, and we still have this piece poking through, and this piece up top. Just be careful not to pop out these rubber pieces. They can be kind of rough to get back in. So, all right, and then moving over to this side. So again, we'll just put a little bit of a flex on this, and then this piece here should come up around in behind. Okay, you can see it there. And again, we'll try to get this around the hinge. All right, and then this piece again has to go underneath the piece for the windshield there, the weather strip. So we'll pull these tabs back on this side here. Okay, and then we'll kind of work that up underneath here. Now this piece was kind of loose before, so I don't know if mine doesn't fit right across this top edge. That's another reason why I wanted to do this. I wanted to make sure all that lined up. So I don't know if maybe the wiper arm isn't in place or something. I actually want to take this apart a little bit and check into that, but anyway, we'll do that a little bit later. But basically this will all go back up in there. Just kind of do the same on this side here. So again, we'll pull this clip out for now. And then that should, yeah. Okay, then that goes back up underneath. And there we are. So we're getting there. And then you just, you know, work it back and forth there. It's kind of This one's a little tricky. Something must be bent on this or something. Well, maybe not, because there, it actually all fits pretty well there. So, okay, we'll go with that for now at least. All right, so with these clips in on both sides there, we will get this weather stripping and get that started a while here. And for a point of reference, you can see that kind of pinch right there, which should just about line up with that clip. We'll also go ahead and snap this piece back in and reconnect that hose. Okay, there it is, locked back in. And we'll just go ahead and press this rubber piece back down, making that tight. There we go. Okay, and that all lines up very good. So now we just need to get these wiper arms back on. So I'll go ahead here and grab the passenger side. All right, and here's the key to this. You can see where the wiper was sitting. You can see the dirt line there. So if you put the wiper kind of up against that, right about there where it was, you can just gently press down to seat the wiper arm. And if you look at it, you can kind of tell it's in based on that height, but also if you turn it, you want it tight so that it's not going to just round itself out, but it should be kind of down there. And also when you turn it, it feels kind of locked in. You can kind of see the other one wanting to turn a little bit there. That's kind of when you know that you're at the right place there. So I'm going to have to kind of pick this up later then, because you have to hold these arms down just a little bit to tighten these nuts properly, but we'll go ahead and get that one started. It's the same way on the driver's side, and then we'll just pop in those caps. So I'll go ahead and do that, and we'll pick it up in a minute. Okay, so both of those are tightened in. Now we'll just take these caps. You can see the little key right there, which lines up with this slot. So go ahead and get those popped in. It's not a bad idea if you're at a junkyard to pick up some extras of those. These tend to get loose and then fly off there, especially when you're hitting it with a power washer or something like that. Okay, we'll go ahead and pop that in, and we're good to go. So that's all changed out, and if I'm counting everything up correctly, this is going to end up being like a 10 or 15 minute video. So this is more like a 5-minute repair. So if you like videos that are 3 times longer than the repair, you've come to the right place. Please consider subscribing. If not, thanks for watching. Hope you were able to kind of learn something, even if it's by how slow this takes me to sometimes to do. But anyway,